You guys are good now. Usman, Usman.
Yes, hello, Mr. Darboe. Are you with me, please?
Yes, I am with you, please.
Mr. Darboe?
Yeah, you are audible. You are audible.
Thank you
Loud
so
and
very
clear.
much. Welcome, viewers. This is the new global media, and then this program is proudly focusing on education and environment. Thank, thank you so very much. Today, our guest is, of course, Abdoulaye Darboe, Minister of Agriculture at the University of the Gambia Student Union. He will take us through his educational career and then, of course, project into his new position as the Minister of Agriculture with the 23rd Executive Council of the University of the Gambia Student Union. Mr. Dabo, welcome to the program, Mr. Dabo.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Kamara, for that wonderful introduction and giving me the platform. I am Abdullah Dabo.
Mr. Dabo, welcome to the program.
You are audible. Hello. Hello, Mr. Kamara. Are you there?
Yeah,
Welcome back,
Mr.
Mr.
Dabo,
Kamara.
are you with me, please?
Yeah, I thought it's a network error from your end. I have not been. You've been away for almost 2 minutes.
Yeah, thank you so very much. I apologize as well. I was asking a few questions, but I think it must be a network problem. Let's proceed into the program. I said that tell us a brief background of you, and then of course your education before this moment, please.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Kamara, once again. My name is Abdullah Darboe. I was born in Jara East, Pakaliva village, and from there, in my early days, I left in 2005. I was enrolled in school at Bunduloa Basic School, where I attended my primary school from the year of 2008 to 2014. After bagging a good grade there, I proceeded to Charles Jao Memorial Academy, formerly 22nd July Academy, from 2014 to 2017 as my junior school career. And then I proceeded to Nusrat Senior Secondary School in 2017 to 2020, where I graduated with a award certificate and then proceeded to the University of the Gambia in the year of 2021. From there, I've been trying, academic walks up and downs and mingling with friends, and I found myself in the sea of politics. Yeah, which was introduced to me by most of my senior colleagues with whom must have graduated by now. But the likes of Bakari Ijasi was a senior, Keba Jain, and my fellow other colleagues, they introduced me to politics. I was engaged. So I was also appointed. I was appointed as a Deputy Secretary General. Uh, that was the first step I saw myself in the field of leadership, and I rose to the rank of Secretary General when I contested for an election. And from there, that was in 2023. That was in my third year. And now my final year, when my term ended as the Secretary General of the School of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences at UTG, I also tried to pursue another leadership rank, which of course is the Agriculture and Environment Minister position at the student union level, which is even more competitive and you know more tough as compared to school level because it is a general level. So that is the background of my education and as well as my biography. Thank you.
Well, thank you so very much, Mr. Darboe. Please take the viewers through once again. We look at issues related to politics at the University of the Gambia. You highlighted some of the reason why you are motivated to join student politics, and which, of course, is quite very interesting for many. And I'm sure the young ones will also tend to learn from. Let's look at your journey before you are maybe elected or selected to serve as a candidate for the state role, that is, of course, Minister of Agriculture. Let's look at the procedure that, of course, you have undertaken or you tell us about that particular journey before today. How was it like?
Well, it was a journey of roughness. It was rough, it was tough, and it was sweet a bit as well as bitter. It's bitter more than sweet. Yeah, so as a student leader or student politician, I didn't study it at the union level. I studied at the school level, of course, which is my school, at the School of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences. So from there, proceeding to the student union level was tough, absolutely, because in fact, I have to believe in myself to go there because I have received, some messages from elsewhere. Some when I reach out to them, will be like, it's not an easy journey though. They will encourage, but some won't encourage, and it was something like I am going there for a 50-50 uh, probability. I might win, I might lose, and that was the mentality. So I prepared myself believing that whatever happens there, I will take it with good faith. Then I proceeded. But UTG student politics is something that is very tough. Like you need to have a thick skin as a student politician You might have ideas, and these ideas are exactly what should transform our student governance. But you can't be seated elsewhere and trying to blame the government or the student union or things are happening like ways that you don't want. At the same time, you don't want to get involved to be part of the people that will advocate for change. So I deem necessary that we need a change. As an agriculture student, we don't even have a school garden at the School of Agriculture. So these are some of the things that we say, look, we can make changes if we come together, support ourselves, and advocate for such. That's why among my policies is this the initiation of an orchard farm at the University of the Gambia Student Union farm.
We will
So
come to
all
your
those,
policies, Mr. We will come to your policies, Mr.
yeah,
Darboe.
yeah. Thank you. I am just
For
trying to
now,
highlight it. Yeah, those are one of
beautiful,
the main
beautiful.
reasons that motivated me to venture into student politics. Although it was accompanied with tough-mindedness. You have to be stubborn a bit and prove people that at least you believe in yourself, and no matter how little it is, you have an intention to make a change that will benefit the general student community of our dear institution. So that was it. And I saw myself in the journey. Alhamdulillah. In fact, we were together there. So you know how tough and rough it was. So,
Well, I will distance myself for now. I wish that you are our guest for today, so you will take us through one after the other. Let's look at your selection process. Was it easy for you? How did you even get to this level with regards to being the candidate for Team Alliance? Let's understand that journey, please.
yeah, well, approaching the Inter-School Alliance, it was, in fact, that's why competition begins because the Inter-School Alliance is a team that, in fact, is one of the oldest political teams at the University of the Gambia. And for you to be a candidate there, it's competitive. You have to apply first. So the form came out. I was motivated to go for this. I applied and I was called for an interview where you will have a panel of 3 to 5 people or even more. So have an interview with you, scrutinize your capabilities and potential. Well, at the end of the day, they will give you a call or an email to tell you what they've decided about your issue, whether you are shortlisted or not. Because for many people apply for single positions. There are about more than 7,000 students at the University of the Gambia, and most of these students, I think I am just an average student among all of them because each and every one is capable and potentially good enough to represent the union at this level. But fortunately for me, I believe in my capacity and potential. But I also believe that I was lucky enough to be shortlisted by the School Alliance, despite the fact that many people applied for the same position.
Mr. Dabo, when you were called or when you were sent a message or when you were texted that you are finally shortlisted or you are going to be the candidate for in the school alliance for the said position that the Minister of Agriculture, how did you feel? Can you take us through?
Yes, after the interview was quite interesting, and because the questions were asked, and I also answered questions as expected. And I believe I convinced the panel, and I believe that if my chances of becoming a candidate for this position, then I believe uh, I will be taken. I was hopeful, but it wasn't decided on that day. It was after a few days after the interview I received an email from the information and communication officer of this particular team that I have been shortlisted to contest under the Interschool Alliance for the Agriculture and Environment Minister in this upcoming student union election. So it was absolutely a joyous moment for me. And but also it was a moment I realized that this is the beginning of everything. It is not the beginning of winning, but it is the beginning of hard work, real work, because there were a lot of interviews done after that preliminary interview.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Mr. Darboe, take us through. Now you are the Minister of Agriculture for the Trinidad Executive Council. You are not representing Team Alliance anymore. You are representing the students, or you are representing the student body. Let's take us through what convinced the student. Perhaps you have set up a very brilliant and, of course, maybe practical policies that students felt or they deem it necessary to give you the opportunities. Take us through the policies that you have for the student, one after the other. Possibly, will we look at the some of the pressing policies that you wish to champion or you wish to accomplish within the short. Let's look at your policy that is on top of your agenda, one after the other. Perhaps we are only going to look at of your policies and how you wish to implement them once. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you once again, Mr. Kamara. As you stated, I am no longer a member of the Interschool Alliance. I was a political team, and now I belong to the council, which is representing the General Student Fraternity, and I, the council's interest is what I should advocate for from now onwards. The Interschool Alliance came when you gave a question concerning. So I think we'll see from there. So coming to my policies, I came with 5 policies. I campaigned with 5 policies, believing that I will attain them and possibly I will, yeah, do my level best to ensure they are not only attained but they are sustained as well. So among my policies, you have the initiation of an orchard farm. Yes, as an agriculture and environmental enthusiast, I believe it is in this domain that will trigger, enhance, and fortify the government of the Republic of the Gambia to enhance food security and drive food insecurity away from our country. But we are students and we use a student leadership. We don't have the capacity to do that. But I believe the University of the Gambia is the incubation hub for the nation's future leaders, where we can enhance our leadership prowess, where we can ensure that we sharpen the blades of our leadership potentials to triumph even when we leave the University of the Gambia. So among my policies here, you have the initiation of an orchard farm. As an agriculture student, it has been lingering on my mind that agricultural education without implementation is worthless, and in fact, it is something that it's unbelievable because you are talking about practical, you are learning every day, but you are doing it. So that's an irony, right? So I believe this particular school or the union, through its agriculture and environment ministry, should have their own farm or guidance put in place for them, which will serve not only as a revenue generation area for the union, or it will also serve as an enterprise or a research center for the agriculture environment students, because these students they engage in research. As an agriculture environment student at the University of the Gambia, you cannot graduate without tendering your research proposal. So this space will serve as an avenue for the students to conduct their research, but also a revenue generating enterprise where the union can regain revenue. So that's for my policy number one. We are all these policies are pending as far as I am in office. They are all pending to be established, inshallah. Hello.
On the issue of the second policy, let's look at that quickly, please.
Yeah, the second policy is the campus cleansing exercise because it is a constitutional mandate of the UTG Students Union Constitution as amended 2021. The Agriculture Environment Minister should coordinate a cleansing exercise on campus. So we will ensure we maintain a clean and safe environment for every student out there. That is to organize timely cleansing exercise on the campus and secure additional trash bins for this trash collection. Because a cleaner environment uh, will give rise to a healthy environment. That's why that is my policy number two. And part of my policy is to strengthen, renew, and increase partnerships for the union through the Agriculture Environment Ministry. Yeah, I've realized that the former Minister of Agriculture has established a lot of partnerships with external organizations, most of which are agriculture environment related. And those partnerships, most of them are still alive. So right now, what we are working on is to renew those partnerships. We strengthen them because the one who brought them is no longer there. So we have to strengthen them again to renew it. And also, we plan to increase these partnerships to ensure whenever the union needs help concerning agriculture and environment related areas, we can reach out to them and seek help from them. While when they also need us, we will offer our services, just like mutualism in, in an ecosystem.
That's
That's
right.
my
That's
that
right.
that is the start of my policy.
Mr. Darboe, your policies, you highlighted like 5 policies that you have for the student body for the next one
Yes.
year or maybe next, next 9 months or 11 months in office. Now, looking at the policies that you have, can you tell us the first policy on your agenda that you wish to execute as a Minister of Agriculture for the 23rd Executive Council? We understand you have 5 policies, but which policy is on top of your agenda that you wish to execute first? Can you take us through, please?
Thank you once again. Yeah, I have 5 policies, and I will regard the one I am even more concentrated on, the one I believe that should be implemented at all costs. Although I have intended to I intended to execute all my policies, but this prime one is the initiation of the Farawa Campus Orchard Farm.
Okay.
Yeah, the need to have an orchard farm cannot be overemphasized. This
Okay.
is something that is everlasting. It is a policy in which, if implemented, will ensure it will be a generational policy. It will be there forever and it will the student community forever. It is eternal. So not only that, it will serve as revenue, as I stated earlier. The orchard farm, let's say orange, guava, pawpaw, and other fruits, they are fruit trees. They are fruit trees. When harvested, can be sold to bring generate income. They can also serve as food for students out there. Students spend the whole day at Parawa from morning to evening. These are food, and they will be available free for everyone. Not only that, they will also serve as an environmental protection agents. Trees serve as environmental protection agents. So this policy is something I believe it is a policy that has covered in fact all other policies. Although I have a tree planting policy, there's an ornamental plant. That is my policy number 4. Ornamental plants are different from orchard plant, orchard farm. Orchard is fruit, which is edible to human beings. Ornamental is for beautification. So, but this orchard policy, it is so broad that it's nearly covered even the other policies out there.
That's
So it is
right. That's
something
right.
that is very dear to me, and I welcome all stakeholders out there to join me in this crusade, ensuring that we initiate this orchard farm at the University of the Gambia, which is very, very necessary. If the Gambia College can have their own garden or farm, why not the University of the Gambia, which is the highest citadel institution of our dear country?
That's right.
So it is a policy I believe that I won't do justice to myself if I don't achieve it. Inshallah, we will achieve it, and we are even working on it as I am speaking to you.
Thank you. Let's look at the institutions that you have already identified that you wish to partner in achieving this primarily of policy that you have on top of your agenda. Do you have you partnered or are you planning to partner with a vibrant institution or people that to work towards or that will help you to champion the first policy on your agenda?
Yeah, it's council work, and I have my SG there, whom I believe I cannot go without. He is
Okay.
the one that will champion all these things, but I have identified the partners that are willing to work with us. So from there, we proceed to work with my Secretary General of the Union to write proposals and request beneficial partnerships with them to help us implement these policies. But as I said earlier, we are on it and it is in progress. Inshallah, we will achieve fruitful outcomes there. And most of those
Yeah.
organizations we intend to go with are the Ministry
Yeah.
of Environment, you have the Green of Gambia, you have Ministry of Agriculture, as well as private organizations, most of which are yet to be reached out.
So essentially, could someone said, or could I said, that you have contacted Ministry of Environment on this very important ambition that you have as a Minister of Agriculture. Um, what did they said? Can you tell us? Are they ready to partner with you or to support you in this endeavor?
Yes, they are ready. They've given us a green light, and not formally. So the formality is what we are waiting on. And right now, the council is, it council work. It is step by step. They are on it. If you can see, we are already busy with the gala dinner, and it is everywhere. It is on Saturday, and you are invited as well. Gala dinner for the graduates. So
Yeah.
these institutions have given us the green light, and we are the ones that are controlling the issue. We will approach them immediately. We are done with proposals with my SG and president and other council members to ensure we established this project. Inshallah. But we've
Oh,
approached most of them and they've given us the green light, of course, or a courtesy call.
okay. Thank you so very much, Mr. Darboe. Looking at the agenda you have, or looking at the policy, especially policy number one on the issue of the orchard farm, the reason why I'm equally very much interested with that policy is that dormitory is one of the area that the government is typically very interested, so that students going to Faraba they can be housed at Faraba. So with this policy, it will go a long way in supporting students that stays at Faraba. I am not. I don't know whether you are seeing the future impact of this policy towards the student, not only now. What do you say about that?
Can you please Repeat your question, and I'm not getting it clear.
Very sorry for that. Now, I said the policy number one, that is the issue of the orchard farm. Now, when you look at this policy, you realize that it is going to be a very fundamental and instrumental policy for the student if it goes successful. Because along the way, we will have students that will be staying in Faraba later on. So if this policy goes very successful, what do you think? I'm now asking this question. I said, what do you think will be the future advocacy, or what will be the future implications or future advancement of this particular policy if it goes successful?
Uh, having a dormitory at the Prawa campus farm coupled with an orchard farm which is matured enough to feed the institute. In fact, it will be very, very important. Students cannot stay in the dormitory without having enough food for themselves. I know the government might provide food for them and all stuff, but these orchard farm, these fruits will serve as supplements for their nutritional cravings.
Okay.
We all know Gambia is a country whereby 75% of our compounds have fruit trees.
Mhm.
Any house you go, you realize that they have fruit trees. Most of them, in fact, more than 75%. And these fruit trees do not only serve as a protection, but they serve as food for the family's compound. If we have the same thing at the Farava, while a dormitory is already established, it will really, really benefit the occupants of those dormitories, those students. In fact,
Okay.
I think it might even give a need to increase the number of fruit trees to be planted at Faraba campus because once the importance is seen, students will advocate for it more. It will be an advancement. That shows that we will start with little, and as time goes on, students will join us in the crusade and even, make it wider and cover the whole campus. And that is our main aim to leave a legacy that will benefit our brothers and sisters in the University of the Gambia.
Yes, Mr. Dabo, this policy, once again, could I also say it is a policy that your successors may use as a policy of continuation. What do you say about that?
Yes, because it is a necessity.
Okay.
No matter where the successor comes from, it's a necessity to sustain it. Myself, among my policies, is to sustain the green project. The green
Okay.
project is the planting of ornamental plants at the Farawa campus, was done by the former minister Ramatullah Jallo, and
Okay.
it was very successful and it was great. So I saw it. This is a great policy and it is something. It's a good initiation. When I come, I will have to consider this as one of my policies to sustain it because the good work cannot go in vain like that. That's why I include it among my policies to sustain it. It doesn't matter who the minister is. What matters is when someone comes with a good work and you also sense the vision of the person, it is necessary and important to sustain it, not to come and destroy the good work, but advocate for it and make sure you sustain it to achieve even a bigger success. At the end of the day, you will see the success that someone has started. So this policy, if implemented, I believe any agri minister that comes after me will ensure that he or she sustains this project. It's not for me alone. It's not for the council, and it is for the general student body. So anyone succeeding me, it will be absolutely part of the general student body. So I believe, inshallah, that even that person might also hand it over to his successor, and his successor might also hand it over to another successor as time goes on.
Successful.
So that's what we want,
That's
inshallah.
right. That's right. Um, someone or some students asked, said, you are eyeing to be one of the best, if not the very best, that the University of the Gambia, that the said position, that the Minister of Agriculture, someone is suggesting that you're going to be the best minister ever University of the Gambia student has ever produced. What do you say to that suggestion?
Well, I will take it as a compliment or flattery, but I won't take it as a word that will give me satisfaction to sit down and fold my hands. I will see it as a motivation because if someone can say that, that means the person believes in me. So believing in me is something that I should uphold. I must not betray their trust, and I will ensure I deliver to the best of my ability because that's the exact reason I was voted for. And inshallah, I will do my level best as as far as my potential is concerned.
Mr. Darboe, finally, or Honorable Darboe, finally, I wish to give you this platform, the final, for you to give us your final observation or your final comments before we let you go. What do you have for the viewers?
Well, thank you so much for the wonderful viewers out there for sparing your time and giving us, the atmosphere to express ourselves and the audience. So thank you so much for that. What I will leave for the audience is to kindly join us in nation building. I won't consider it as politics or student, but it is nation building. You can join us, give us help, supporting hands you have. We are just students, not working out there, but the little we can do with the little resources we have to leverage on them to impact changes in our dear university. So you watching out there, believing that young people can make changes in our dear country, we believe if you join hands with us, but not only sitting by your side, but join hands with us, we do it together. And it is easier to do it together than to do it alone. So I, we are open to all organizations, individuals, to anyone out there who has this, the same objectives with us, or even different objectives, but you want to help us. We are open to you. The council at large, the 23rd Executive Council of the University of the Gambia, is embodied with critical thinkers, it's embodied with leaders who want to effect change, leaders who are motivated to do their level best to see the student community and University of the Gambia excelling at extreme heights. So you can join the 23rd Executive Council to render your support to them as part of your contribution in national development. Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you so very much, Honorable Dabo, and thank you so very much, the viewers. That was my guest, of course, Mr. Abdullah Dabo, the current minister of the 23rd Executive Council, Minister of Agriculture at the University of the Gambia. We really thank you for your time. We understand at the beginning of the program it was pretty hectic because of the connection issue. But moving forward, that was able to be regularized. And then we are here finally. He has highlighted from his background to the journey of how he was basically a candidate for Team Alliance and then into the elections and he won with landslide. And again, into his policy, he highlighted 5 policies. And then notably in his policy is the Orchard Garden. And he wished to execute the Orchard policy to the best of his ability. And he called on institutions, government agencies, and of course, government as well to support him and then, of course, his council in implementing and, of course, having a very transformative leadership as far as the University of the Gambia is concerned. He called on everybody and on behalf of myself, the theme in the United States of America, and of course my humble serviceman Ikamal here in the Gambia in Banjul. And of course, we're saying, Mr. Abdullah Dabo, thank you so very much for joining us in this program. We wish to talk to you again in a very short time. Thank you so very much, Honorable Dabo. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so
Take care
very
again.
much. Mr. Camera, this is well appreciated and giving me the voice to seek help out there and to show the world what I have in me is something I'm very appreciative of. Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Darboe. From me, Usman E. Kamara, and the rest of the team in the United States, we say thank you so very much. Bye bye, Mr. Darboe. Thank you. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.